Hey, greetings, and I apologize for this is still lecture 2. My storage ran out, so I had to clear out some things to finish this lecture up. So this is continuation of lecture 2, and where we ended was talking about how we're sort of partners in this interpretive dance. As we partner with God's Spirit, the same Spirit that the writer partnered with in the writing of the text, we then partner with God in the reading and interpretation of the text. But there's an interpretive movement happening on, because the text itself isn't simply just this collection of words or this object or this artifact, but it's an extended conversation. It's God speaking through people. It's people speaking into the world God's will and purposes and redemptive reign and character, and they were being addressed to certain intended audiences, of which then we are engaging. So this conversation is an invitation to walk the tightrope. I can't understand the meaning of a text unless I'm willing to understand who my dance partners are. And so we spent some time early on talking about the nature of God and what God means in terms of revelation and inspiration and how that affects how we understand the scriptural text. We have to understand the author. We need to understand the author's world. We need to understand the historical world that shaped the author and the text itself. We need to understand the dancing partner of the text itself. That's a part of the conversation. The message is a part of the conversation. We need to understand the intended audience. How much did the intended audience impact the way in which the writer wrote what they wrote? And then how are we as an extended audience then to approach this text that wasn't originally written for us, but we then find ourselves coming to this text in a brand new way, in a fresh new way. And so I want you to follow with me. If you'll go down, in which it says it's an interpretive dance. We move back and forth. Remember, we must treat the text like a dialogue that we're privileged to listen to, but as an extension are then called to appropriate with great awareness into our lives. All dancing partners matter. Now I'm going to spend this next lecture. I'm going to lecture 3, I want you to hone in on that one graphic that says dance partners, and we're going to talk about the speaker slash. We're going to walk through how we understand the dance partners in this: speaker, author, utterance, written message, the intended recipient, and the extended audience. And we're going to talk a little bit about how that matters and what that means for us as we engage the text of Scripture. And I think hopefully this will help us understand how and why we walk the tightrope, and how we don't get stuck into just believing it's one way and not, like, I don't want it to say we just look at the history, we just look at the text, or we just understand the reader, but how all of them matter in terms of this interpretive dance that we call the art of hermeneutics.